Alright everybody, I'm going to apologize in advance that this topic is pretty hard for people, including myself, but I wanted to come on here and make a moto vlog, just kind of talking about how I handle it, how you guys handle it. I'm just going to jump right into it and set the stage. So today, at the time of this recording, is a sad anniversary. 2 years ago, at the time of this recording, I logged onto Facebook, and the first post that I saw of the day was very heartbreaking news that one of my closest childhood best friends had passed away. One of the first times I actually had somebody that I really loved and had been super close with outside of my family members pass away, and she was my best friend for over a decade, and really my first true love. She was my sis from another miss, and yeah, she was a lot of things to me, and all those things were great things. Huge impact on my life, and I miss her every day. Not a day goes by I don't think about her, but she knows that. She knows that. So when I got the news, it was a day where it was very rainy outside. I couldn't go out and ride. When something happens in my life that is extremely positive, extremely sad, extremely impactful, so to speak, I want to escape. And how I escape is I go for a ride. When I need to handle something that is heavy on my mind, I need to go out and I need to think, I go out and I go for a ride. And that day I was unfortunately unable to do that. Kind of had to deal with my emotions a little bit differently in comparison to how I would when it's actually nice weather, riding season, so on and so forth. I really came to realize that I handle my emotions a lot more differently compared to other people, because I don't believe in the stigma that real men don't cry or something silly like that. I am a firm believer of real men are not afraid to cry, but that doesn't change the fact that I have to force myself very hard to get myself to cry over something that is as significant as when my friend passed away. And I did that by listening to songs that me and her liked, really digging up core memories that arguably I hadn't even thought about in years prior to that. And I talked with Miss Esoteric, explaining why she was such a big impact in my life and whatnot, and all the good times and memories that we had, and just stuff to try to get me sad, and sad to the point where I couldn't hold back the tears anymore. And it was that made me realize, like, wow, I really handle my emotions, for better or for worse, way differently than others. Usually the news of something like that with somebody to that effect in your life would have made somebody cry instantly, break down, like cripple them, for lack of a better term. But I mean, I went about my day with my head like, no, this ain't right. It can't be. We're supposed to live forever, aren't we? Of all things that riding has taught me is that we don't live forever. That's why we gotta take life by the balls and do what we can while we still can. But even then, even have that implanted in my mind, it's still the fact that it doesn't matter until it happens to one of your own, and then you can't believe it, you know what I mean? One of those kind of things. If there was one thing that I wish I could have done that day, it was go for a ride. Later that day, when I got the news, I came home from work, and I'm like, okay, I need to really think about I really need to try to process these emotions, but I can't go for a ride. So I still have the video up, and what I did was I took some POV footage, and I just got my computer microphone and I just talked into the microphone like a eulogy video, so to speak. The things I would say if I was to make a moto vlog eulogizing my friend, but I had to make do with what I had, and I did that. It wasn't the same as being behind the bars and actually having the thoughts real time and speaking them in real time as well. I wish I was able to go out and go for a ride, because another reason was it was one thing that I wish we were able to do, but we never got to. And I told her the last time that I saw her, the last conversation me and her had, I'm like, hey, I'd love to take you for a ride and have a good time, and it'd be the past meeting the future, you know what I mean, of our lives. But unfortunately that never came to fruition. But I will say, on a much brighter note, that this girl, even though she has passed on, she was my best friend here on earth, but now she's my guardian angel in the afterlife. And so for that, I am incredibly thankful for that. I do have that to look back at everything and smile moving forward. Assuming this is where I left off mid-sentence before my GoPro decided to just magically shut off for whatever reason, I do feel like I would have been able to handle the emotions a lot better and wouldn't have maybe cried as hard if I had been able to put myself in a scenario or a setting to where I was able to think a little more positively, because when I have something big or bad or traumatic happen in my life and I go for a ride, I am able to think about, you know, the brighter aspects of things, of maybe why something didn't work, why something fell through, and what are the positive outcomes, what did we learn, stuff like that, what lessons can we take away from it, kind of thing. And I feel like I wasn't able to do that, not being able to go for a ride. So I guess this is where I kind of call upon you guys with all your interactions recently, is how do you guys handle like grieving or mourning? Like, have you guys been in a scenario where something big and bad has happened and you go for a ride, and has that made you feel better? I know everybody's story is going to be a little bit different in how we handle things like grieving, death, stuff like that, and we all have our own opinions, and that's completely okay. And yeah, let me know how you guys handle things in the comments down below. If you know, I know my younger generation, my Gen Zers, it kind of comes down to, like, when something like this happens and something bad or whatever it is happens, it just chalks up to, okay, what else can go wrong? And we don't even process what happens. And then when we mentally snap and something, you know, terrible happens, it's just like another brick in the wall, you know what I mean? It's not anything to us. And yeah, so let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and give me some of your stories and how to handle it. So if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. And I'm gonna leave it on this note as a quick little tribute to my friend Jamie. I love and I miss you every day. The hole in my heart is forever filled by the blessings that you continue to give me even after you've passed on. The impacts that you've had on my life, the positivity that shines down from the heavens above, from you, I'm forever grateful for. Forever grateful that you were my friend when you were here, and I'm even more grateful that you're my guardian angel when I ride, now that you're not here anymore. I love and I miss you every day, girly. I hope you're resting easy up there.